1913.
America was built on tariffs with no income tax. No income tax till 1913.
And the government didn't need your paycheck to run the country because tariffs funded everything. America was booming. The US was the richest country on earth, and the US had so much money, it didn't know what to do with it. Literally, there was something called blue ribbon commissions, whose job was to figure out how to spend the surplus. That's the America President Trump wants to return to, and his use of tariffs wasn't random. It was part of a bigger strategy to rebuild that original economic engine. And that brings us to a recent interview with Howard Lutnick on the All In podcast, which lays this out better than almost anything I've seen, and I want to share it with you. Because to understand Trump's tariff strategy, we need to rewind to the end of World War II.
It's 1945. We need to rebuild the world. Okay, so we decide we're going to take our tariffs down. And we'll let them, here's the key, we'll let them have tariffs be up. And we will export the power of our economy to let them rebuild.
Now, this policy was what's called the Marshall Plan applied to trade. By opening the US market, we fueled the recovery of Europe and Japan, later giving the same benefit to Southeast Asia and Korea and other countries. And the strategy made sense at the time because the world needed to be rebuilt, and the US could help make that happen.
And then what happens? We have the 50s, and we have the Korean War. So we let them rebuild, which means low tariffs here, high tariffs there. Low tariffs here, high tariffs there. Then we have the Vietnam War, right? So now all of a sudden we have all of Southeast Asia. Low tariffs here, high tariffs there.
But the problem is, we forgot to reset those terms. So decades passed, and a lot of countries kept their tariffs high and trade barriers long after they were competitive. In case after case, allies and trading partners kept their protective policies, which was a huge disadvantage to US exporters, while American markets stayed wide open. Now, by the 2000s, the US had one of the lowest tariff policies in the world, averaging around 3 to 4%, compared to partners like India and the EU, which had tariffs many times higher than the US. And this imbalance weakened some US industries.
There is no country in this world that is free trade. Zero. And we are the lowest and the dumbest.
And by dumbest, he means US leaders of both parties allowed a playing field that was